Then the social media dimension came into it, and I'll address them point by point. One, it's Ethiopian registered. Why is it Ethiopian registered? Well, for a start, to operate aircraft in Nigeria, they must be Nigerian registered. 5 November, we call it, okay? That aircraft was not 5 November registered because it was a charter flight. And it came in with just a few days clearance and off it went. For us to get this license, which is my mandate, I don't want to use technical terms, we must, amongst other things, have 3 aircraft before this NCA will give us a license. And those 3 aircraft must be Nigerian registered aircraft. There are 5 phases, 5 steps that one goes through to get this license. 5. We've gone from the first one to the second one. But the problem is that when you change what we call post holders, you're a post holder, for example. All of you are post holders on the committee. Post holders in aviation is a technical term for director of maintenance, chief pilot, all those type of things. When you change them and replace them completely, you have to go back to phase 1 to interview them. They have to be interviewed to be compliant and acceptable to the authorities, to the Civil Aviation Authority. But having gone back to phase 1 doesn't mean you've done anything wrong. That is the correct and normal process. So when this aircraft came in on a charter flight, everybody said, we have launched Nigeria Air. And I thought this was very interesting because there are learned people in the aviation industry who could have countered that when social media came out, but they chose not to. But that's fine, I'm here to explain. It was just a charter flight, and then there were other stories that the passengers on the aircraft going back to Ethiopia were paid passengers. We sold tickets to them. For your information, those passengers were staff of Ethiopian Airlines that we brought here just to show them, because the aircraft is their aircraft. It's registered in their aircraft's name. It's their aircraft. So we brought them here, and at the end of the unveiling, they went back with their aircraft. Nobody sold any tickets to anybody. Then there was the issue of launching the airline. You see, they brought the aircraft. There's no ticket counter in Lagos. There's no ticket counter in Enugu, and so on. Yeah, of course now. We haven't got a license yet to operate. If you had asked me the question, I could, not you, I mean if the social media had asked me the question, I would have said, we haven't got to that stage yet. We're doing the proper process of one after the other to get to this point where we get the license. We've done the first part, which is to get an air transport license. Again, on social media, some people have been pushing the air transport license, which is one of 2 licenses, and saying, see, NCA gave them license to fly. They didn't do anything. They got a license. That is an air transport license, which doesn't permit you to carry operations on commercial services. So it's nothing to do with it. It's just one of several licenses. Like if you want to do your driving test, you have to do a written exam first, then you do the driving exam. So we did the written exam and got a certificate. Now we're going to do the driving test. They say, they gave them license. Let us do the driving test first now. So that issue of the aircraft was totally misconstrued by everybody who was just trying to be mischievous. We are not at the point of operating the airline yet, at all. In terms of the business model, sir, you asked a question about the business plan and the shareholding. Well, again, I am not the right person to address that because that is part of the ICRC BPP process. So I am not there to design a business case. What I do is I meet a business case and I use that to get the license, the correct type of license we need to operate. So everything that has been done to get this airline going on a technical front has been done entirely above board and with the cognizance of the Civil Aviation Authority and all agencies combined, by the way.
And the issue is, why will you, for whatever reason, having an interim MD be in a hurry to unveil a national carrier on the last day of your administration? Why? The credit could still be, everybody knows that Rome wasn't built in a day, and there is no how you can put an airline, in a day. Why the hurry? What is the issue? This morning, I was with chairman when one of our colleagues came here and said that we said we have manufactured aircraft. Was that not what is in the room? So we too don't feel comfortable. And that's why we said, okay, fine. If there is any explanation, for God's sake, that can take us out of this controversy, Nigerians deserve to know. And rightly so. And that dictates the essence of this meeting.
Give the AON a bit of comfort. Give Nigerians a bit of comfort. And please, if it is possible, address Nigeria on the issue of the unveiling. That it was not really an unveiling. It was just to show.
It's an unveiling.
It was not a launching. It was an unveiling.
Yes.
It was not a launching. That no aircraft came. Nigeria Air is not ready. And we're just in the process of getting the license and all the processes correct. There is a need for Nigerians to know that, so that going forward, we won't be in this quagmire we are in the industry. The industry is such a regulated one that should not be seen in this controversy. Once again, this will be our last meeting with you. We appreciate your ability to work well with us, and we're saying until we go, we will keep interacting with you.
So good that we should have a national carrier, but of course Nigerians will equally want to see a national carrier that they are proud of, and they could see that it's commencing on a very solid and clean slate. As it is today, you are not starting well. You have image problem from day one. What you did was, we should come and see, you know. But being that it is me, I want you to know that in Nigeria, this kind of strategy doesn't really work. Nigerians are not people who want to see cosmetics. Nigerians want to see solid things. They want to celebrate it, you know. So in marketing, strategies that you adopt in marketing a product in a particular society may not be applicable in other society. In fact, in some society, the color determines the patronage. You paint some item red, some people will not buy. When it's blue, some people rush for it. So you must, first and foremost, you are not starting well because you should have taken time to study the Nigerian market, the Nigerian society itself, and get to understand, do we appreciate all these gimmicks? Nigeria, all these paparazzi, Nigeria don't. They want to see action from the beginning, okay? But if that is not happening, you discourage an ab initio. From the beginning, you have already given doubt as to the integrity of the business you want to do, which is not good for you, it's not good for the airline. So for me, it's a good concept, but you need to go and wash clean.